My name is Celeste Arrington, and I'm Korea Foundation Assistant Professor of Political Science and International Affairs at the George Washington University. Right now I'm working on a book that examines disability rights and tobacco control in Japan and South Korea. And the reason why I'm comparing those two issues is because I'm interested in the increasing role of litigation and lawyers in the policymaking process in Japan and Korea. And for me, this is a phenomenon that exists worldwide, but very few scholars have looked at it in East Asia. And so these issue areas are particularly interesting lenses through which to examine what's been changing in the last 2 decades in Korea and Japan. I started with an interest in patterns of exclusion and inclusion in democratic politics in Korea and Japan. So I'm interested in the institutions, the organizations, the processes by which some voices get heard and others don't get heard, and why that changes across time and maybe varies across issue area. I think Korean studies often is kind of focused on national security issues or foreign policy or US ROK military alliance stuff. And to me that's very interesting, but there's also a lot of important social changes that are happening in South Korea that I think we can shed light on by looking at it in comparative perspective, whether it's vis-a-vis Japan or Taiwan or even sometimes the US. But for me, Korea and Japan are really a nice comparison because they're similar in many dimensions, and yet you see sort of different phenomena proceeding in interesting ways in the two countries. I'm also personally fascinated by the pace of change in Korea, especially in Korean politics and social policy, and you know, everything's fast, and so it's been fun to keep abreast of all of the changes that are happening in South Korea.